Hello, I'm Bev. This is a little video on how to cover a book fold. This is one I've just done for my sister. You probably see it backwards because it's on the video camera. But I'm going to do this one pretty much the same way. Start off, I've got my book fold. It just says the word family. Covered my book. What I do is on the front I put 5 strips of double-sided tape. On the spine I put 3 strips of double-sided tape, and on the back I put 5 strips of double-sided tape. Cut my wallpaper roughly to about the same size as the book. So basically I get my book, I get the piece of wallpaper, I put it so there's a couple of inches all the way around the sides and everything, and then I kind of roll it so you get the allowance for the spine and for the back. And I get my double-sided tape. You always got to make sure you press the double-sided tape firmly down so you can easily pick it off. I use a little pokey tool to get the double-sided tape off with because it makes it easier, it kind of slides underneath it. She says, and she can't get paper off it. Right, so that's 4, 5. That's the first 5 strips taken off. And I get my book, allow a couple of inches, and then just press the book down, open it out a bit, press it down. And that bit done. Turn it over, and what I do is on the spine bit, where there's a little bit of a groove, I put a little bit of wet glue. I use a Kalal tacky glue, and I put that just in the little crease on the spine. Just give me a little pull because the glue's stuck. Do it. Just put it all the way along before I take the next lot of tape off. And take the tape off, down the spine. 1, 2, 3, and I'll roll the book over, press it down flat, and I'll go back to the spine and I just press into the little corner where I've put the glue, so you get a nice little, you get the shape of the book. And the tacky glue is really good because it really does help it stick. I buy usually my tacky glue, I buy it from eBay. I buy about 3 for about £10. Double-sided tape I buy from pound shops. Take these 5 off. Two, 3, 4, 5. And then roll it back over, press it down flat so it should stick, and then just use your fingers and press it down. So that's the basic bit done, and then I just cut around, even a couple of inches, all the way around the book. It's kind of as if you're wrapping a present. Then in each of the corners I cut into the corner. Three, 4, and then the spine bit I just kind of cut it at an angle inwards towards it. Right, so I usually start from the front, it's just my little thing I do. I've already made my flowers ready to go on top just to save a bit of time, so that's going to sit on the top once it's all done. Just basically mould it around a little bit. I'll get my double-sided tape, put it right near the edge of the book and then all the way outwards. Put about 3 strips. One, 2, 3. Now fold this bit into the book. Press it down. You'll get a little corner where you've cut it there. So what I do is I fold these over so they touch the top of the book. Like if you're wrapping a present, I just get a little bit of double-sided tape just to hold it there and that there. So what I've done now, you can see I've folded it up there like that. And then you want that bit to lie flat across the top of the book, so you've got a nice little corner. Press that down, and then what you can do, because you've already cut into the spine and everything, you put on another bit of tape and just fold that down. So I'll just do that. I've done that, and then that bit will basically fold over like as if you're wrapping a present, I suppose. To tuck it nice and neat and then press it down with your fingers. So there's that first side and that first corner done. You can see I've got that bit, which that bit will tuck in and around there. I put a double-sided tape there, and then I put more double-sided tape on there. And then I'd fold that over, so that would be the first part. And then what I would do then is I would get a coordinating paper and that would go in there, and then when you close the book up it would look like that. So I'll just finish this. What I do is I just do half the book and show you, so that the video's not too long, and I can do another little video after if you want for any other little things. I'll put them on my blog, which is Bev's Bookfolding blog at blogspot.co.uk. Sorry, I've only had it a couple of weeks, so I haven't put much on there at the moment, but I will put a few more little things. I know people struggle with decorating the books. I've always made cards, so I found it quite easy doing the decorating bit because I'd already made cards and things for years. So I'm just going to fold that bit over because I've done what it said with the double-sided tape and folded that, so it's a nice little corner. And then that's folded over like that. Then what I used to do, I always sort of choose my colours before, so I decided I liked this colour because it had like a goldy silvery colour, so I thought I could use gold or silver with this. This one's actually for my brother, so I've made red and gold flowers to go with it. I've got a nice red ribbon to go on it. I've got some little bronzy coloured book corners. So I like this Collal, just Collal all-purpose glue I use. It's quite good because it takes a few minutes to dry and it's a bit slidey, so you can put something on and slide it into position and it's not going to dry straight away. But if you're like me and you mess things up a bit, you've got a little bit of time to reposition it. You may find sometimes when you're covering there might be a little bit of bulky bit in the corners where you've done that, but you can always stick a bit of hot glue in there at the end, and then the book corners will also hold them in position. Right, so I'll get that piece of paper and that'll go on the inside bit there. So I'm putting it in there using the glue I said about. I can slide it and get it exactly where I want it. And it rubs off as well, so if you get a little bit on the paper, just rub it with your fingers and it comes off. Right, so there's that bit done. So, nice bit of coordinating paper there. I think the top bit is the bit that people struggle with. So this is the other side. I'll just fold that back in a bit so you can see what I'm about to do here. So I get this, and I will just cut it along. You don't have to be really neat about it, but basically you're going to tuck it in to the top. So I'll get some more double-sided tape, which I've dropped on the floor. There we go. And I'll just put that, I usually put about 2 strips on the top bit. Actually, I'll just show you what I've done there. So I've got 2 strips of double-sided tape on there. That's the bit we're looking at, and then basically you want to get it and tuck it, push the book out a bit and just tuck it in and it will stick. And then you just do the same for the bottom down here. Actually I can do that bit now and you can see it again. I think that's the bit that people find a bit baffling. So 2 strips of double-sided tape. And then I always hot glue it down the spine at the end when I finished it, or when I hold it, keep it together with. Actually, I do the hot glue before I put the ribbon around the centre of it. And I hold it there for a minute or so with a couple of elastic bands to keep it in position. Right, so I'll put those bits of tape off there. There it is again, and I'll just take this excess bit off the top. And then once again you get it, push it into the spine where there's a little gap there, push it in. So there's the top and the bottom bit down, so all I've got to do is that bit and that bit, which I do the same as if I wrapped the present, basically. So I cut it like that into the corners, that bit goes into there, fold that bit down, fold it over, and do the same here. Like that. And then the next bit of paper would go into there, and then what you have is a folded book like that. What I'll do, I'll show you quickly how to do the book corners. Easy peasy. I'm just going to do it on one side then. I'm just going to do it on this side where I've actually glued it. So I get the hot glue from the book corner. I just squirt a little bit inside, really, really hot. And then I just push it on. That's all I do with the book corner. And the hot glue does a job, and it stays on. So there's one, I'll do the other one at the bottom. So I do 4, I do 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Good thing, once it dries you can just peel the little bits that come out of the thing there. And then if you get like a little tiny bit sticking out there, I just get my hot glue and I just push that down there with the scissors so I don't burn myself. It's probably stuck now. Right, so that's the book corner's done. Then the ribbon, I would use a crocodile. Love this, it's about £28 from eBay. And just decide where you want your ribbon. So I want it about there. And it punches straight through the book. I don't know if you can see the hole. There's the hole there. And then you get a little eyelet which comes in the kit. But I won't do that at the moment. And then I'll just thread the ribbon in through there. And I'll do it on the other side as well. So that would go round like you're tying a lace, and then I bring it round and I tie it like that. And then I do a bow separate. I do it with my bow maker. So I make the bow separately, and then using the bow maker, I put a tiny bit of hot glue just while I'm tying the knot, and then I get a little gem, usually, and I put it in the middle of the ribbon like that, and then I'll hot glue the actual bow to the top, to the actual ribbon. And once you've done that, another little thing I do is I get lollipop sticks or coffee stirrers, and I just put them on the bottom to where you want the book to open out to. It makes it really stable. I use hot glue to attach them. I just kind of measure it by eye and sort of just stick them to the bottom. Makes it really stable, like it doesn't move now. And it's even better when you're wrapping it up because you literally just put it in there and it all holds its shape. These are the Kudasama flowers. That's just 4 flowers. I just kind of stuck them back to back and then hot glued them down. And then for this, because it's for my sister and she likes sparkly things, so I just put a bit of this sparkly stuff. This was actually really good. It was like $4.99 from eBay for like a 9-metre roll, and you can cut it down, have little tiny single strips or massive big thick strips, whatever you like. So what I would do with this book once I've done it is it will have a ribbon on it, and then the flowers I will hot glue onto the top like that, and that one will be done. And obviously I've just got to finish that off and the corners. But that's basically how I cover a book. It's quite easy. So that's my first video. Hope it wasn't too bad and you can understand and follow it. Bye bye.